afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome all of you to this talk on a spiritual topic we're calling understanding karma and meditation. This is Ravi Kohli. In Eastern tradition, we designate him Shri Ravi Kohli. He was born in India and received his master's degree in business management. He has been in the communications business for the last 10 years. Currently residing in Long Island, New York, Mr. Ravi has been a spiritual seeker for most of his life and has been practicing Jyoti meditation for almost 21 years. He feels that meditation helps him greatly in business as well as in his personal life to make decisions effectively, resolve issues. He has also been serving as a dedicated volunteer in science and spirituality for a number of years. He is leading a science and spirituality meditation center in Amityville, New York. He presents talks and workshops on meditation and spirituality under the guidance of present spiritual master Sant Rajinder Maharaj. His tremendous zeal and meditation, zeal for meditation and selfless service has inspired many people on the path of meditation, including myself. So now I would like to invite our speaker, Shri Ravi Kohli, to share his wisdom with us on understanding karma and meditation. So let's welcome Ravi Kohli.
My dear brother and sister, first of all, I'm very, very thankful for such a nice, warm welcome. I'm thankful to all the kids, Arvind, and also Sunnis, and all of you who came here. This is my great opportunity, this is my great pleasure that I'm here just to share my thoughts. I'm just a regular person, I'm not a speaker, professional. By the grace of God, that I was born in that family who was affiliated with the saints and mystics. And from the very childhood, with the grace of God, I got some experiences and which I want to share with all of you today. Today we are here together talking about the karma. How to understand, we want to understand about the karma and the meditation. It's a very, very common subject, talking about the karma. What is the karma actually? If we think about it, every day, in day-to-day life, we get so many questions in our life. Why the thing happens? We all come in this world from the one source. Even though we come in this world from the different backgrounds, our beliefs are different, our faiths are different, but we all come in this world from the one source only. And every person in this world wants to be a better person. Every person in this world wants to be happy. There's nobody in this world who wants to be unhappy. Every person is looking for some joy in life, happiness in life, peace in life. And for that, all day long we look for that. We do whatever best we can do to achieve that. But so many times we think in our life, why this thing happens? And this is a very common factor that we think that we are very, very unhappy. All the problems are of the world actually, all are with me. Everybody else is very happy. Only I am very sad or I'm unhappy. It's a very common thing. But we also think about it that why the things happens to me only. I'm a good guy, I'm a nice guy, I do everything good, but still somebody always tried to jerk me, somebody always tried to rip me off, or somebody always tried to do which is not what I think is supposed to do. We see a lot of time a very poor guy get rich all of a sudden, and we see a rich person becomes poor all of a sudden. A very healthy person, a very nice person, all of a sudden pass away. We see that in our families and friends and everything. And we see that this person is a great person. Why this thing happened to this guy? I never did anything bad with this, and why this thing happening with me only? Why all of a sudden the young guy died? He was so handsome, so nice, so healthy, so caring, but he died. These are the questions always comes in our life, day to day, daily life. We see that. And we try to find out the answers for those. And most of the time, we blame others for our problems. Most of the time. We don't look at like what exactly we did in the past life. Because of that, today we are compensated, whether we're getting the fruit of that, we're being rewarded, or we're being punished. We don't know. But we only look at the senses. We see whatever is in front of us, whatever our eyes can see, we think that that is the truth. We think whatever we can hear from these physical ears, that is the truth. We don't know. We try to understand so many things. So these are the questions in our life. And that's what we are gathered here to talk about. How we can find out the answer. Why all these things happen. Karma. What is the karma actually? How they being started and how the creation came into this world and how the world started. How is the law of the karma started? Let's talk about that. It's being said in the scriptures that the God was all alone and He wished to be man, which was resulted into the two forms, which was light and sound, which was being called as a naam, as a shabd, as a holy word, is a kalma, in different languages being said in a different way. As in the book, I will also say, in the beginning it was the word was God, and the word was with God. And the same thing from the Eastern saint Kabir Sahib said, Awal Allah, Noor hai, Kudrat ke sab bande, ek Noor pe sab jag upja, kaun bhale kaun bhale. Which would say in English that in the beginning there was a light, there was God, and all the creation came in this world through the light. Then who are we to say that He is good, He is bad, and He is up and He is down? All are same, all are kids or children of one God, one Father. So there is no discrimination. There was a word when people used to come in this world, they knew about their past karma, they knew about their past lives. They're coming in this world, doing the great karmas, doing meditation, and going back to God. The soul knew about the higher soul. Soul knew about the higher consciousness. But after the time period, there was a negative power, Kaal Niranjan. Did a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga for millions of years. And God became very happy. He said, okay, what do you want? He was not smart enough. He did a meditation, but he had some self-interest behind it. A lot of time in our life we do the prayers in front of God. We always have something behind it. We always ask for something from God. But unfortunately, we never ask God that we want you only. We want to merge in you only. So that's what he did. So the Kaal Niranjan did, and God asked, what do you need? He said, I want my own kingdom. He said, okay, granted. So he said, okay, now I got my kingdom. What should I do in that kingdom? There is nobody. If I'm a king of any place, I need somebody to talk. I need somebody to play with. So he said, okay, what do you need? He said, I need 3 boons from you. He said, okay, tell me what you need. I'm very happy, I'll grant you. He said, okay. When soul comes in this physical level, or soul comes in the lower 3 regions, which is physical, astral and causal, he should not remember about his past life. He should not remember anything about his true home. Okay. It's granted. He said, okay, tell me what do you want the second one? He said, I want to make sure when the same soul comes in this world, they should only do what I want to do. I want them to stay with me. I will put my agent, which is called a mind, a man, which is called in Hindi. I put that agent in his body, which is going to always put him in this world, in the lower 3 regions. And he will be busy doing all that, will not think about God. Okay? Because he should not remember what he was in the past life. He gave those rules. Now again, he knew that, Kaal, negative power, he knew that. He said, I know God is perfect. God can do anything he wants. He never know. Like tomorrow you can say, I want all the souls back home. Swish, everybody's back. He can do that. He was the scale of that part. So he said, give me the boon. If you really want to take any soul back home, make sure you come in this world as a living saint. Initiate that soul with the holy name. Put him on meditation, or through the meditation, or through the satsangs. Only you can take back soul to your home. Okay, he granted all these boons. He said, okay, no problem. Now, here the story starts from Kali, the Kaal, the negative power. Now whenever there is a king, he makes some kind of rules and regulation for his kingdom. So the first thing which is choose, he said, tooth for the tooth, eye for the eye. Somebody slap you, you slap him. Every action has a reaction. If anybody does good, he will be rewarded. If anybody does bad, will be punished. So the soul came in this world. Lord Krishna said, there is not even a single moment of the life when soul is not contracted or affiliated or not accumulating any karma. Because when soul comes in this world, the karma starts right that moment. The moment we think, the moment we speak, the moment indeed whatever we do, that becomes a karma. Whether it's good or bad, but that is a karma. And that's how he started the journey of the karma. Now, there are three kinds of the karmas are affiliated with soul. When the soul was being separated from God, or Godhood, every body, every birth they got, there was a curtain. They do not know about anything about the past life. They don't know what happened in the past life. We can see in our life. We don't know that. And what's going to happen in the next life? Again, we don't know that. That's a curtain in front of us. That was the boon, which was resulted that today we can see that. We don't know what happened in the past life. So the soul when came, the first karma become like the sanchit karma, which is called like a storehouse of the karma. Our soul was being separated from God for millions of years. In every body when we got, we are doing some kind of karma. And those karmas are accumulated. A big, big storehouse of the karma. Because, as I just said, every time we are doing something, every time we are thinking something, every time we speak something. So we are creating the karmas, good or bad. And as I said, is a physics, Newton law, we know that every action has a reaction. There is no mercy. It's clear cut. Because the Kaal, they gave a guidelines, we have to follow that guidelines. And that's what it is. So every soul is affiliated with load of the karmas. Now the second is prarabdha karma, which is called like a fate karma. Our body today is on the basis of our prarabdha karma. So God became so gracious on the soul because we were being changing the bodies, going into the different births. As in the Eastern philosophy, we see that 8.4 billion. There's a cycle of life and birth. And we are going through that from billions and billions of years. God becomes so gracious. He takes the handful karmas out of the storehouse of the karma, which is sanchit karma, and make a life, a body of a human being. Which could be, again, it depends on his karmas. And that's how the prarabdha karma, the fate karma starts. And that could be 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60, 70, 80, 100, 150 years. We think it's a long life. This is only a handful of karma. Out of that storehouse, we think it is a big, big life for us. But if we look at our soul bigger spectrum, this lifetime is only a dot on that. It's only a dot. That's why saints and mystics say this is the 4-day life, 4 din ki zindagi. It's like a drop of water. So we live, we think it's a big life, but it's not. What is the fate karma? A person when he's born in this lifetime with the God grace, he comes with almost 8 things which is preordained. Our life is fixed. It's called preordained. which is called rich and a poor. It's called healthy and unhealthy, profit and loss, fame and defame. These 8 things every human brings in his life with his fate karmas. Fate karma's result is wife and husband, vice versa, brother or sister, father or son, mother or father, sister, friend circle. This is all fixed. This is all results from our fate karma. This is all because of our fate karmas. This is all pre-fixed. We cannot change it. This person is going to be my friend, this is going to be my wife, husband, brother, sister, father, mother, son, daughter. This is all fixed. We cannot change it. Now, we see a lot of time in this lifetime how these 8 things works in our life. If one person is born poor, throughout his life he is poor. And one person is born rich, throughout his life is rich. A lot of time we see in our life a very nice person is very honestly working, but cannot make that much money that he can live his life. It's a very nice person. A person who is doing all bad action, making a lot of money and very, very happy, so-called happy, not real happy. We think he's very happy. That is, a person is very rich. A person is born very healthy, throughout the life is very healthy. A person is born, there's a lot of sickness and he dies very soon. A person comes in this world, get a lot of fame. He becomes so famous. What is that? He didn't do anything special, or he does not have that much. That there are a lot of other people, they are very good, better than that, but one person gets so much, he becomes so much famous, and the other people we see, they don't even get a chance to prove themselves, defame. This is all part of our fate karmas. Profit and loss. 2 people, they do the same kind of business. One person makes a lot of profit and one person goes into the loss. The person who makes a lot of profit, we think that he's very smart because we all are human beings. We all live at the level of senses. And if, let's take for example, we do business and we make money, we think we are very smart. That's why, because of that, we make money. We think that. Because we all are human beings, we try to take all the credits in our life. And all the debits, we don't want to take in our shoulders. We don't want to take any blame. And the person who did not make money, take the loss, does not mean he is not smart enough. He did not have the luck. But now, if we look at this fate karmas, we think that everything is fixed, preordained. So we shouldn't do anything. If it is meant for me, I'm going to get it. Why we should go to work? If we're going to make money, why we should go to work? We should get money at home. If it is meant for me, I'm going to get it anyway. No. Lord Krishna said also, we have to believe in karma. We have to do our best. We have to do our karmas. And we'll leave the rest on God's will. Now, Saints of Mystic says about this. They say 75% of our life is preordained, which is fixed. But 25% only human being has a power to do and play with that 25%, which is called a free zone, which is called a free will. A human only can think about their next thing, what is the right and what is wrong. Only human can think about it. The difference in between animal and a human is what? Animal also come with the karmas, fate karma. But the difference is only that they take the load of the karmas, or they be compensated accordingly. They cannot create a new karma. A human being can do new karma, because it's being called the sense of awakeness. Only human being has. He can only say that this is right and this is wrong. Only human being can do that. So God, the saints and mystic, they say that 25% we have to live our life. It depends. The 25%, the free zone, makes our next life. Whatever the life we are living today, whatever the actions, the new karmas which we are creating every day, that all is going to be result of our next birth or the next future. But now, that is the kriyaman karma, which is we do the 25%, which we do in the daily life. It's a very interesting question. A lot of people, they ask how we can make the difference in between whether this is a past karma or are we doing a new karma. We can only understand that logic when we go above, when we rise above from our body and we pass the causal and go into the supercausal level. Then only we can understand whether we are doing whatever we are doing in this lifetime, whether this is a new karma or this is a past karma. Now, the theory of the karma is very, very interesting. Anything in our life gives us joy, definitely will have the same, the joy of the moment and the joy of and the moment of our sadness. It's very, very difficult to understand that part. This life is like a swing. If you look at scientific way, the swing by inch and inch, the way it goes to back, the same way it goes to the front. Exactly inch by inch. The same way. The things which is too much attached to us, the moment that detached, that gives us sadness or sorrow, or we become sad the moment something gets detached from us. Wherever we take more enjoyment, the most enjoyment we take in anything, the same level of sadness or sorrow is going to give us. There's a story I want to relate. There was a king, and the king's life is very good. They live in a great big house, big palace, and they have a lot of servants. So we know that they're not only the bedrooms and where they live, the huge rooms and all like a lot of flowers, a lot of nice fragrance, beautiful rooms, beautiful beds, pillows. So the king has a maid. So that maid job was to fix up the bed every day. Put nice flowers, the leaves of flowers, fragrance nearby and clean the room. One day, that king went for the hunting. He was not in the palace. So that maid was cleaning the room and setting up the bed sheets and everything, putting the flowers, fragrance. She liked really too much. And she thought, king is so lucky. He's so lucky that he has so nice bed, and I'm very poor, I sleep on the floor, I don't have a proper mattress even. I'm not that, I have to do what I have to do. So one day she was cleaning and putting all the stuff together. She put the flowers, leaves and everything. She said, let me try to sit on this. I want to sit on this and feel how king feels. She sat on that. And there was a very nice cool wind was going on in the room through the windows. A very nice atmosphere. And she felt, okay, king is not here in the palace, so let me lay down a little bit. This is our mind. But we will talk about that later. So mind made her sitting on that bed. And now she thought, let me lay down also. For a little bit moment, king is not going to see me. So that's fine. So when she lay down, she was very tired. She was working all day long. And she falls asleep. Now, this was beautiful bed. She falls asleep. All of a sudden, king came. When king entered in his room and he saw my maid, there's always discrimination. My maid is sleeping on my bed? How come it's possible? And he had a whip in his hand. The hunter? So he had a whip in his hand. He was very angry and came very excited. How come you are sleeping in your bed? And now the maid got scared. Oh, I'm sorry. I was so tired. I didn't even notice that I'm going to sleep and all that stuff. We did a mistake. Now the king started hitting her. And now, of course, it hurts. And he's hitting her. She started crying. And after a moment, when she was crying, she started laughing. Said, king all of a sudden stopped. He said, what happened to you? You were crying and I'm beating you. And you were just laughing now? Yeah, I'm laughing. Why? I only slept on your bed for a couple moments, couple minutes. And I got so big beat up from you. I'm thinking about you. Poor king. You were sleeping on this bed for a long time. Every day you sleep on this bed. How much punishment you going to get? So this is a swing. As I just said before, when we enjoy anything in this life and when we get attached with anything in this lifetime, the moment of joys and the most enjoyment we take out of that, definitely we have to pay for that. And it's very, very hard to understand the theory of the karma at this intellectual level. That's why I said before, if we really want to understand the path and the law of the karma, we have to rise above from the body, going into the physical, astral, and causal. When we pass that causal area, we go into the supracausal, then only we can experience the effect of the karma. Because we think we are doing great in our life. We say, whatever we sow, so shall you reap. It's a very, very common thing saying, if we're going to sow a seed of hot pepper, We cannot get mango out of that. Is it right? We cannot. Of course, we have to reap the reward from the hard habits. And if we put the seed of mango, definitely we're going to take the mangoes out of that. But that is a good karma. We always, compare the bitter things bad and the sweet thing good. So the good karma is bad karma. Now how we can get out from this cycle of the good karmas and bad karmas? It is very easy to understand. If we do anything bad in our life, we will be punished, go to hell. And if we do, but it's very difficult to understand that if we do good, we still have to come back in this body, is this human life, to get the reward for that. We are not out of the cycle yet. Today is our topic to talk about how we can get rid of this cycle of life and death. How we can get the answer from all these karmas and how we can go out of this cycle. That is the main question in front of us today. So, Lord Krishna said, the bad karma and the good karmas is like a chains. The bad karma is like a iron chain, and the good karmas are the golden chains, but they are chains. Our future birth depends on our kriyaman karma, the day-to-day life karma, what we're doing. If we're doing good karma, still we will be a prisoner in this world. Maybe we'll get a jail which is A class, somebody will get B class, somebody will get C or D. But we still be a prisoner. If we do bad karmas, definitely we are in the prison. So we still are a prisoner. If somebody goes to jail, what does it make difference? Whether he is in a small jail or is in a 5-star jail? It doesn't make any difference. No, he is in jail. So Lord Krishna said that we are tied up still with the rope of the karma, or the chains of the karma, whether it is good or bad. So how we can do that? So he said at one place, he said, whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you worship, give all to me. Surrender all to me, and you will be wiped out with the effect of the karma. Now, it's a very small example about the seed. When we sow the seed, definitely, it's going to be a plant. Is there going to be flower or fruit of that, which we have to take it. But if we put that seed, before we put that seed in the ground, we put it in microwave and burn that. And then we put that one in the ground. That will not become a karma. That will not become a plant. This is just an example to know about more. Now, what is this burning in the microwave or burning in ovens or anything? When we connect with the God's name, the Shabd, with the Naam, when we do the karma in His will, when we do the karma in God's will, then any karma is not affected, whether it is good or bad. Bad will be, but we are out of the cycle of life and death. How? Because when we are not the doer, it's a very, very common thing. Whenever we try to help anybody in this lifetime, we always expect something. And we think we are doing it. We do any selfless service, we think we are doing it. definitely we will be rewarded, but we are the doer. Whatever we think we are doing good deeds, might send us a thought, oh, you know, you're doing great, you're doing very good, you should be rewarded. That becomes a karma. It's very hard. That becomes a karma, and we have to come back to reap the reward for that. We have to take another birth. We have to go back to the same cycle of life and death. Now, if we do any work in our life in His name, that will not become a karma. Now, we were talking about the sanchit karma, which is a storehouse of the karma still affiliated with our soul. How can we get rid of that? We have so many fake karmas, we have up and downs in our life, which we cannot take it. We always have the moment of sorrow, moment of happiness in our life, which we cannot take it. Happiness definitely, sorrow we can. How we can get rid of all this, the karmas which is affiliated with our soul? How? When this awakeness comes in our life, when this question arises in our life, when we have a yearning to go back to God, merge into the God, when we have a yearning or passion to know this answer, God helps us. Now that time, the third boon comes into the impression. How? He took that promise. If you really want to take that soul, if you really want to take that soul back home, make sure you come back to this saint's body. You can come in this world as a saint through the holy initiation. Take that soul to the true home. So when we have this cry of the soul in our mind, that is the day of awakeness. That's called as a self-knowledge. We have to know that, what exactly we are. How we can get rid of this cycle of karma. So at that time, God helps us. God takes us to that level with His pole, where the living saint, the living Jesus, the living Christ, the living Guru Nanak, the living Kabir is working in that pole. Take him over there. And when that perfect saint initiates that soul, the day of the initiation, all the sanchit karma, which is the storehouse of the karma, the big load of the karma, they're all nullified. They're all burned by the God's name, with the sparkle of the God's name. They all become zero. They all are finished, wiped out. It's the biggest grace for us. Now, saints and mystics, they don't touch pralabdha karma, which is the fake karma, because if they wipe out that also, we're not going to live. So what happens? He becomes so gracious to us. He helps us. He reduces the intensity of that karma, the effect of that karma, and make that karma soft. The disciple of a perfect saint is helped by the grace of great saint. And they get the help from them. They're being protected by the perfect saint. So they give us, they teach us as a disciple that we should live our life. Whatever is meant for us, we're going to get it. Whatever is not meant for us, we're not going to get it. And He is doing for us the best He can once we have this feelings, once we have this faith in us that whatever God is doing for us is the best, we will stop blaming anybody. We will stop blaming even God. That God, what are you doing? You don't look at me, I'm so, you're so busy. You don't even think what I'm going through. I have so much problem in my life. Most of us say that. The day we have a faith on God, we all have belief on God, but there's a difference between belief and faith. We have a belief that there's a God, definitely. But do we really have faith on Him? So whatever He's doing for us, He's doing the best. We don't, I'm sorry. Faith comes from love. We don't have love for God. We all are kids. We don't have love for our Father. As much Father loves their kid, in the return of that love, kids never love them. That's the unfortunate part. We all are family people. We all have kids. As much a father loves, or parents love their kids, kids never gives that much return. They only realize when they become a father. So Father, the God is waiting for us. God wants us back. But the problem is only one. We all are immigrants in this world. We forgot about our true home. Like we are immigrant. A lot of people, I think my brothers and sisters, some are from India or any other country. They come to, let's take America, and lost in America. Forgot about India. Sorry, I'm not mean to say about the word, I'm just giving an example. We forgot about our true home. But the parents sitting back home, they are crying. God is crying. He wants us back. He wants us back. But we are so much busy or entangled in this world. In this world. In the big buildings and the big dollar business or whatever it is. It's just an example. We forgot about our truth. We're so busy in our life. We cannot thank God, we can only blame God. That's the unfortunate part. We don't even think what we are doing. When we do the karma, we don't think that what's going to be consequences of that karma. We always think about the fruits. Whenever we did something good, whenever we do something good, we definitely look for the reward for that. But whenever we do anything bad, we never look for punishment. Do we? No. We never even think about punishment. And we don't want to think about punishment. Because we don't even know what is going to be the consequences of that action, what we are doing right now. All day long we think bad about other people. We speak bad. We do bad. Because our mind never wants us to know thyself, know the God, know the truth, know the higher consciousness, know the higher soul. That is the mind. And saints and mystics is being saying us, exhorting us, being telling us that how we can go out of this cycle of life and death. So when the person gets initiated in the holy Naam with the perfect master, this is it. This is called like a Hindi, Naam Dan. Dan means donation. He donates that Naam to us, the holy name. He donates to us. He wipes out all the storehouse of the karma. He helps us to solve our fate karmas, and He teaches us to live an ethical life so we can make a clean destiny. But in the 25%, whatever the karma we are doing today, again we have to take the reward for that. To reduce that effect, saints and mystics says, we should spend at least 10% of our daily life towards spirituality. We have 24 hours, approximately 2.5 hours. When we spend on the meditation or the selfless services, so whatever 25% new karmas we are creating or we are doing it, we wipe out that also. Of our whatever income we do, our income is supposed to be clean, should make money with honesty. At least 10% of that our honest living, we should donate to the place or help somebody, the person who needs help, to the poor person, or feed a hungry person, or wherever we think we should. So when we give our 10% of our lifetime to the spirituality side, by the end of the day of our life, our sanchit karma, which is the storehouse of the karma, is wiped out. Fate karmas, we are living great with the grace of God. The kriyaman karma, whatever we did, we are wiping out every day. So end of the day, we are at the level of nahi karma. Nahi karma means no karma. So when there is no karma with the soul, why the soul is going to stay in this world? Now soul is going to merge with God. It doesn't have to come back there. It doesn't have to come to any other body. And that is only possible when we spend our time on the meditation. From here the meditation part starts. Why we have to do meditation. This is the 10% of our life. Meditation helps us. In the Sikh scriptures it says, Ne karmi jo shabad vichare, means the person, Ne karma, the person who is connected with the God's name, with the shabd, with the holy word. What is that? What is meditation? Meditation is a very, very simple technique that's called in the language of saints and mystics, Surat Shabd Yog. Surat means our spirit, Shabd means God's name, Yog means union. When our spirit connects has a union with God's name, we can experience God's light and His sound within ourselves. In the Ved Puran is said, when body is still, our senses are withdrawn, our mind is stable, we experience a God within ourselves. This is being said in Ved Purans. When our body is still, when we sit on meditation, our body has to be still. We can sit in any pose we wanted. When we do sit on meditation, I'm sure most of you, they do meditation in the different ways. But let's talk the saints and mystics, but they talk about the meditation. Meditation definitely helps us to reduce our stress and strain, to focus on our day-to-day life, to heal our body, to heal our concentration, to heal our emotions. It helps us. But these are all byproducts of the meditation. Consequences of the meditation. These are all byproducts. The main reason of doing meditation is the spiritual healing. When we connect our spirit with God's name. That is the true meditation. That is the Jyoti meditation. Why we call Jyoti meditation? We came in this world, when I said in the beginning, we came in this world through the light and sound of God. In the beginning there was a word was God. And all the souls came in this world through that word, through that holy word. We all came in this world through the light and sound, and we have to go back to Him with the same route. We can see, today we came here from our house. We took some route, 494 or whatever. First time I came, so I don't know. Whatever route we took to come here, most people, they take the same route to go back. The same way. Our soul came in this world from one root, which is the light and sound. And we can only go back to God through that. That's the only way to go back to God. And every scripture says the same thing. In Holy Bible it says the same thing also. Jesus said, if thy eye become single, thy whole body shall be full of light. What is thy eye? What? Thy eye? Same thing. If thy eye become, this is the third eye, this is the seat of soul, this is Divya Chakshu, this is the Shiv Netri. When that eye becomes single, we can experience God's light within us. And that only happens with the simple meditation. Same thing in Gita. When Lord Krishna was giving the message to Arjuna, he said one thing. Arjuna requested Lord Krishna and said, I want to see you. I want to see your full form. So he said, hey Arjuna, you cannot see with this your physical eyes. He said, okay, so what should I do? So he gave him a little grace to Arjuna, and he put his hand on his third eye and opened his third eye, and then he said, you can only see me with the third eye. You cannot see me, my real face or real body. You cannot see with this physical eye. So we can only experience God. If we really want to experience God, we cannot see with these eyes. Because God has no form. We only have imagination of God. Place of worship, we only have imaginations. We think that is God. And we have a belief in God. But do we really get something out of that? Do we really experience? We've been going to our worship places for so long. If we do, it's great. But if we don't, we have to think today. We have to think today. Why we are here in this world? We have to do something with us. Time and tide waits from now. Anything happen tomorrow and we'll be gone forever. and then again we will get another birth. Again we will go back to the life and death cycle. So meditation is the only way we can go back and we can experience this life and song. Now how we should do meditation, I'm going to talk about that for a little bit, giving the instructions. And then we will sit for meditation for about 10 to 15 minutes according to the time. I know we are running a little bit late, but after that we'll sit for meditation for about 10-15 minutes. Pardon? 10 minutes, okay. The Jyoti meditation is a technique where we can withdraw our attention from the outer world and concentrate on our third eye. That is a Jyoti meditation. This is our attention which goes in the world. Now, as I said, most of us can do meditation. So we can sit in any pose at our home or here, which is most comfortable to you. You can sit on chair, you can sit on floor, or sit on your couch or bed, or anywhere, whichever way you like, whichever pose you like to sit. Most of the time is being recommended we should sit down. We don't want to lay down because we fall asleep very soon. Most of the time we sit down when we do meditation. So when we sit on meditation, we have to still our body. And the second thing comes to withdraw our senses. We all have 5 senses. The sense of seeing, sense of hearing, sense of taste, sense of smell, and sense of touch. When we close our eyes, whenever we go home, we do meditation. We close our eyes, definitely. So we withdraw the sense of, sight. We have to find a quiet place so our sense of hearing is withdrawn. Definitely we don't eat anything when we do sit on meditation. So sense of taste is withdrawn also. We do not have to change the smell of the room or fragrance. We don't have to burn any incense or candle. And the sense of smell is also withdrawn. We can sit more than one person in the same room, but we have to sit apart. So if one moves, so other person should not get disturbed. So sense of touch is also withdrawn. So it's very easy to withdraw these 5 senses and sit on any comfortable pose. The moment we close our eyes, we have to focus with our eyeballs about 8 to 10 inch in front of us. And we have to keep our eyeballs very straight, the way we go to sleep, the way we watch TV. When we close our eyes, we think that we are watching TV inside. Keep very straight. And whenever we close the eyes, we see the darkness. Now this darkness is not coming from outside, it's coming from inside. It's from the third eye. And the moment we close our eyes, we sit on meditation, we get a thought. We bombard with a lot of thoughts. Most of us, they say, I can't sit for meditation, our mind disturbs a lot. I can't concentrate my mind. That's right. Mind never wants us to know the fact. Mind never wants us to know the true home. So definitely distract. But saints and mystics says, do not fight with mind. Because this is not the path of violence. We have to be non-violence. We don't want to fight with it. We want to make mind as a good friend. So, but mind has one characteristic, wants to do. Every time it wants to do something. So, saints found, give something to do. So they say, do the Simran of any God's name which is loving to you. The Simran is the repeating of God's name. We can say whichever is loving to us. We can say Allah, we can say Ram, we can say Jesus, we can say love. Whatever is loving to us, we can say that. We can say Satnam. But we have to start repeating that verse with the tongue of thought, not with the tongue of thought. So when we mind repeats that name, mind gets busy in that. But we keep on focusing in front of us, about 8 to 10 inches. And the moment we get concentrated, the moment we are focused, we experience the flash of light. Now this light is not coming from outside. This is light is within us. It could be any color, it could be red, purple, green, yellow, blue. Any color could be the light. Now the moment we get more focused, we experience that light becomes stable over there. And that's how we experience the God's light. We can solve the mystery of death and life. We can come out from the cycle of life and birth. That can be only possible when we think who we are. When we think about the self-realization and God-realization. That's only possible when we really think about it. When we know about our goal. Because as long as we don't know about our goal, we don't take the steps towards that. So our goal, coming in this human form, is the roof of the crown of creation. The body is the temple of God. Our goal is to merge into God and get out from the cycle of karma for life or birth. My request to all great masters of God Almighty, that they give us so much strength, give us blessings and grace, so we could work on our goal and achieve our goal. Thank you very much for coming. Any mistake, anything wrong I said, please excuse me for that. And if you didn't like anything, this is my master's prashad for all of you. Thank you.